So here a pretty extensive list of different contribution and expertise is required out of the applicant consortia. I think you better read this carefully, and I don't have any specific comments on this list. I don't know if you want to say something special on that, Mark.
No, I think there are a large number of academic groups out there who've engaged in parts of these, parts of the work packages that we've just described. I think the key thing that we're trying to drive through this IMI collaboration is the integration of those different disciplines and making sure that we have the linkage between the basic physicochemical characterization and knowledge of the GI environment all the way through to the effect in vivo in the animal, and then being able to model that through to the human situation, or indeed through to different animal species. It's the integration of that knowledge and making sure it is in a feedback loop. That's what's not being done currently.
And this is the contribution by the EFPIA group, which one of the most powerful things here is if we will be able to pull together real good databases with in vivo data, which would be very useful to, validate different methods and to find and to really define these gaps, the areas that need to have more basic work done, etc. And that is of course a great challenge, but we haven't seen that done in our area really yet, so it's a great new opportunity, I think. Of course, the industry could provide with some specialized experimental tools in this area, which might not be available at university. Also including some preclinical in vivo models, and of course supply of model drugs, formulations, especially where we have this sort of in vivo data, and of course a big engagement in supervision and running the project. What's in it for you? I think I think it's obvious, and if you don't think there is anything in it for you, that's probably right. But I think this is actually an opportunity to make a difference in oral biopharma area, because, as I said, this has been very scattered, very small things. This is a unique opportunity, really, to do something on a little bit big scale, at least for this world we are in. And that should hopefully give the prerequisite to make something that really change the game here. We've seen the development of biopharmaceutical classification system. We've seen the introduction of cell layers, and that sort of thing. It's on that level I hope to see output here. This is of course, as Mark alluded to, a way to form new bridges within the academia and with SMEs, but also to work together with the industry, not only one-to-one, but now with a bigger group of companies. And I think that this is, it's a unique thing in the sense that the industry is coming. IMI provides a driver really for the industry getting together, which easily not happen otherwise. And now I think we are, at this stage, we are 12 companies in this group, so big interest from the industry. Right. So the key deliverables out of this project. So what will the world look like after completion of this project? A much better place. So we will have better tools that allows us in early stage, the research stage, to based on simple physicochemical characteristics of your compound to predict limitation in drug absorption and the way to use enabling formulation. We will have, regarding in vitro tools, I think we will have a better understanding of how to use current tools. We will have developed refined protocols and new versions of the available methods, giving more in vivo predictive methods, we will have correlations for our methods that really we can trust on and predicts in vivo behavior of these different sub-processes. And by integrating different methods, we will have new decision tools which tells us how to use these different tools. I mean, we want to start as simple as possible always. We don't want to do, and we want to be smart and effective here. But to know where we can do it simple, to know where we need to go more advanced methods, etc., and to know the limitations of these methods. We will have a frameworks or basis to perhaps extend the biopharmaceutical classification system, allowing us to, perhaps more in a regulatory context, to extend possibility for use of in vitro testing as a surrogate for bioequivalent studies. And we will have a better understanding of our current in silico tools which integrates all aspects here of their predictive, their capabilities and limitations. And this project will also develop bits and pieces that could be integrated in such programs and improving predictions of drug absorption. Did I capture most of it?
I think you did a really good job. I think it's worth maybe just going back to a comment you made in what's in it for the participants in the project. I think one of the last bullets said take advantage of powerful databases. Well, what does that actually mean? I think it's worth reflecting on, we hear a lot about attrition. Attrition sort of blighted the industry. But for every molecule that fails in first in human, there's a huge investment in that molecule. Even from the first in human study, we get PK. We know the physicochemical characteristics of that molecule. We know its preclinical toxicology exposure. And yet that data, once that molecule bombs in first in human, is filed away, it's forgotten about, it's never used. I think there's a tremendous opportunity for the industry to open out the databases, share data for both successful and unsuccessful molecules to try and much better validate some of these tools that Bertil's been talking about. Now, if we can do that across 9, 10, 12 companies, I think that's a hugely powerful database to be able to access for further development.
So that was really all from me now. So thanks so far for your